Okay, this is a trade I'm taking right now. It is the Asian session open. So right now it's Thursday, July 12th, 5:19 p.m. Pacific time. The Asian session just opened, so it is the Friday Asian session. I'm taking a trade in gold here. I'm buying this breakout on the 4-hour and the daily chart. So gold has been consolidating ever since the end of April here. It's pretty much traded back and forth between 3,400 and at some point it even sold back down to 3,100. But this could be a continuation of the weekly trend if this breakout happens. So the weekly trend, this ended up being a bounce on the Tenkan Sen. So I've been trying to execute this trade for the last week here. We can see from the price action, it's been consolidating a bit, but last week's weekly candle is a little bit notable. It tried to break out, but it got pushed back down. It did not sell off, so it is still technically above the Tenkan Sen. And this week, it looks like it's going to close in a bullish candle with a solid bounce here. Daily chart, it's not strictly trending yet, but we did get a bounce off the daily Kumo, and now it is testing the 3410 level. So we're seeing some waves appear here. The daily is not selling off as much on every retracement. So this breakout could go all the way up to 3,500 if we get a big breakout. I actually tried taking this trade last week as well, around, it was Wednesday the 4th, I believe, when I placed my trades. So I thought it was going to break out last week. It did make an attempt, but it got rejected. So this week it opened up at the lows here on Sunday, but it's been continuing up, and now we are back past these levels. So this is the breakout level that I'm interested in, around 3380. So we tested that a couple days ago on Thursday, and then now, or sorry, this was earlier today. Let me go into the 1-hour chart. So what happened yesterday was at the end of the New York session yesterday, we got more buying action, which pushed us to 3380. We got rejected in the London session open. I was actually watching this, but I didn't really take a buy or any action here. The last thing I saw before I went to sleep was the London session sell-off. So that recovered very quickly intra-session, and by the time New York opened today, we were already touching the highs again at 3380. So yeah, the reason why I'm interested now is to see if the Asian session will continue this move and materialize in a breakout. So this is the 15-minute view, which I took my entry confirmation on. You can see the retracement even more clearly from yesterday's London session. So big sell-off around midnight or 1 a.m. in Pacific time. It actually made the lows at 1 a.m. and then just continued back here. So New York session was mostly flat. The action happened already, but the key is it did not sell off. And then, yeah, during the Tokyo Open, I was looking for it to break 3380. 88, 89 levels. So this is happening right now. I took about a 1.6% risk on this trade. So I put my stop loss a little bit below the 1-hour Kijun Sen right here at 33.66. So I'm risking 1.6%. Right now, account balance is at 228,000. Down from 233,000 on my last trade. And the reason why I risked so much was I thought I had quite a high conviction trade setting up previously here. I risked a full 2%, which is about 5K on this account. But this did not happen, and I actually took a full loss as it retraced here. I didn't make a video for this trade, but I actually kept it on overnight. I made some entries right here, and then the breakout happened in London around 2 a.m. I was actually watching this trade quite late, and as I thought I saw it start to go, I left my position open, but this sold off and I took a full loss around right here. I believe, yeah, by the time New York opened, I was watching the trade and it wicked me out right here at 33.40. Unfortunate, I was reflecting back a little bit on this trade. It was a big loss in dollar terms and percentage terms, but in terms of the technical setups, I think I still took the right decision. I just risked a little bit more on this trade, but mostly it's kind of, it just happens sometimes. But that's why I'm putting relatively high conviction on this trade again. I'm not risking 2%, but I'm risking 1.6% on this trade. So the reason is because it's breaking out at this $80 range, almost a second or third time in the daily chart context. So yeah, combined with this, I'm seeing a weaker dollar, so I wasn't going to take this trade unless I saw dollar sell off. So we'll look at the USDX index here. Yesterday was a bearish day. It broke through the 9.8 level, and it could potentially go lower. So on the weekly chart, this is rejection off of the Tenkan Sen, and we may see a weekly trend start to form. I was also checking, I think my first trade this month was against dollar Swiss franc. So dollar Swiss franc is pretty much the same picture, but a little bit more exaggerated. Yeah, the last 2 days are big bearish candles, so this could also sell off. If the dollar sells off, that would be perfect for my gold trade. I would expect gold to take off here, maybe even get to 3,500 if Friday ends up being a big action day tomorrow. So one more day left in this weekly candle, but even if it closes around this level, I would expect subsequent breakouts in the next few weeks here. So yeah, mostly the market volatility has been a little bit subdued these last couple months here, but if this trade unfolds, it could be a resumption for volatility to move in the upwards direction here. While I'm at it, why don't I look at just all the other dollar pairs: dollar pound, dollar CAD, dollar peso, dollar yen could also potentially go down further. Aussie dollar, this one, it's a little bit spiky, but it's also weakening against the Aussie dollar. Let me look at the euro. Yeah, euro has made it back to the highs here. I haven't really been checking the euro. But yeah, let's look at Euro USD. So this is also, dollar is also falling against the euro. And I'll mention the political backdrop of most of these price actions here. So I haven't been following very closely, but some of the tariff conversation has toned down a little bit in the last couple months. That could be a reason why volatility is lower. Supposedly, the U.S. has gotten a lot of foreign investments from the Middle Eastern countries. But yeah, it's not in the front row picture right now, but a weaker dollar would support U.S. exports. So all of those dynamics are in play, but kind of hard to make sense. Mostly I just trade off the technicals, but it's interesting to see what flows into the news stories as you see these moves here. Okay, so oh, and silver is also making a good run right now. It's actually breaking out more sharply than gold. So let's have a look at silver on the monthly chart. It's yeah, it's on the way to $40. May also test the $50 highest range here. So yeah, right now it's kind of trending in this upwards channel right here. But being that silver can get very volatile, something like this may happen, and we could go well into the, you know, very high, maybe even past $60. Yeah, when gold starts trending, silver usually follows, but the moves can be greater in magnitude later on. Let's look at copper. Copper is also going back to the highs again, trying to test $5, which it got rejected off last couple of weeks ago. Bitcoin is actually testing 100,000 again. It looks like it could break out. But yeah, I use Bitcoin kind of as a risk sentimentality to assess that. When I see Bitcoin going up, it could be that people are more willing to take a risk. But it's also denominated in dollars, so a weaker dollar would support a higher Bitcoin price, everything else being the same. Oil is up a lot today, so this is oil denominated in US dollars. Since dollars are falling, oil is recovering a bit. It's back to $70 a barrel now. That's for WTI. Brent, similar picture. So yeah, it could be another commodity move if dollar continues to weaken. But yeah, let me go back to gold. So gold is, okay, now we're trading well into the $13 handle. Almost briefly touched the $14 handle here. So yeah, I entered, what was the time I entered? I entered two positions at 5:03 p.m. That was right here. And then that was a total of 1% risk. And then I decided to put on a third leg after, you know, checking how confident I was in this trade with another 0.6%. So 3 positions each of 0.33 lot size. The third position I put on at 508, so that's this price here. So yeah, it's trading right alongside my third entry price, and it looks like it could be bouncing here and going higher. So yeah, we'll see what happens to this trade, and I will give an update maybe tomorrow or at the beginning of next week.